All right, welcome to Tool Review Tuesdays. Just a quick reminder, on this channel we buy all of our tools. Everything you see reviewed on this channel is bought and paid for by us. No sponsors as of yet. I appreciate everything. Like and subscribe. Now let's get into the review. All right, so I think the 1/4-inch impact driver was the first tool that I fell in love with because of driving lag bolts. Trying to break off lug nuts, stuff like that. Now there was impacts available, but they were they weren't great. And then my original one was I think Ryobi, rigid Gen 1 impact brush. I think it had maybe 100 or 80 foot-pounds of torque. But I think they came out in 2011 or maybe 2012, something like that. That was the first one, and me driving lag bolts into, roofs and stuff like that to mount satellite dishes, I needed torque. So that's what I had, and it worked out great for me until Milwaukee came out with their Fuel Gen 1 in, I think, 2014, 2013. I can't remember. Maybe somebody put down in the comment section below. And it had, I think, some crazy torque numbers, way more than the rigid I had. So I immediately bought the drill and driver kit. I think it was like $500 at the time, and I never looked back. I think I have one picture of that tool, and it was fantastic. That's what made me fall in love with Milwaukee's impacts, and they are leading the market. Don't get me wrong, they are leading the market in impacts and impact drivers because nobody can touch them. I think Makita might be a little close, but they don't have nearly the impacts on market for mechanics, construction, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, this tool is not perfect. This is Gen 3. I think it's been out for about 3 years now as of 2021. This is model number 2853. Now, how much I like this tool, I own, I think, 4 or 5 of these. I own 4 or 5 of these babies, and there's a reason for it, and not just because I like collecting tools and using them. There is a fatal flaw with this tool that I sent in. Matter of fact, I've got one already. It's going to be ready to be sent in now because, it just breaks. So we'll get into that in a second. Now, great things about this, couple things. Torque. They advertise 2,000 inch-pounds, and its third-party tests have confirmed that at the 5-second mark of 167 foot-pounds of torque. 167 foot-pounds of torque off of a tool that is 4.59 inches in length, like 4.59 from there to there. This is fantastic. It's 4,200 impacts per minute, 3,200 RPMs up to, obviously, and is one hell of a tool. You're going, if you don't have an impact, what are you doing with your life, honestly? I use this tool for everything. This has got a small little, you can see the small little straight edge right there for taking wall plates off. That's what I was using this one for. But man, everything, decks, we built almost a 900 square foot deck with these, and we were running them hot. They're just fantastic. There's nothing that can compete with a 1/4-inch hex impact on a job site if you're in the need of one. If you have a drill, yeah, you can get the job done. You put a little bit into the drill, into the chuck, and you can get your job. But you're working too hard. You're absolutely working way too hard and way too slow, because this is far quicker and smaller, lighter. It's just easier. It's just nicer. I do like the light. There's a couple other brands that have better lights. Milwaukee's, they keep this light right here. I think they should, with their newer gen, should put like the 3 LEDs around it like they have on their subcompact impacts. They do have the 3 modes with the extra here. I honestly just keep it on 3. If you want to find out what the other modes are doing, there's plenty of other videos out there explaining everything. I just keep it on 3 so I can just drive screws, drive lags, everything. Anything I want to do with 167 foot-pounds of torque. Batteries, I usually keep a 5 amp hour battery on this one. I don't really do the 3.0s with high outputs, just because of the footprint. You can see how it's almost as wide as, or as long as, the actual bit itself. So granted, it's stable on the floor. See, let's keep it there. It's stable on the floor, but at the same time, this is always laying on its side, upside down, anywhere but vertical. Okay, so that's what I like about it. Very nice. It does come with a belt hook, and I think something on this side too, something like a little bit. I take those out and I throw them away right away. So not needed for this. The one Achilles heel with Milwaukee's impacts across their line really is their trigger. This will eventually fail, like they always do. I've had probably 10 of these. I would say about 10 to 11 of them, and I have 5 of them now, but they all eventually will fail. Like their triggers will fail. You're driving it, they're just gonna fail. That's the weak link with Milwaukee's impacts, is their trigger function. I'm not sure what it is, but at the same time, I have not had nearly the experience with Makita or DeWalt impacts as I had with Milwaukee, because Milwaukee's impacts are top of the line. They're fantastic. Triggers, that's their Achilles heel. You're gonna send it in eventually down the road, depending how much you use it. I use this literally every day, and including the weekends. So almost 6 to 7 days a week, one of these tools is with me doing something around the house, doing something as a project. I have multiples of these anyway. So if I'm too lazy, I don't want to change out bits, I can just have multiple tools so I can get the job done. Oh, what else is there to say about this? Very compact, very nice. It just feels great in the hand. The grips are nice. I will say, if you're holding the tools side by side, I like DeWalt's grip a little more than this one, but at the same time, I like the impact, I like the sound, and I like the feel, and obviously I'm addicted to the torque. The torque is fantastic with this tool. Now, this tool's been out for 3 or 4 years. All right, no, it's not 4, about 3 years, and there are other impacts on the market, 1/4-inch X, I believe, that have a little more torque than this one does, but I'm not changing it. They're fantastic. I'm sure Milwaukee's going to come out with a Gen 4 that's going to blow everybody away, and I'll end up buying like 4 of those too. Who knows? But eventually, I'll have to warranty this out, and they'll probably drop ship me a new one. It would be a Gen 4, something like that. So I have never actually gotten 5 years out of any impact I've owned. Never, because these are 5-year warranty. They've always gone into the e-repair service, and I've gotten a new one in return. So for what it's worth, it's what it's worth, right? So, but these pay for themselves hundreds to thousands of times over. That's not even a exaggeration. These are fantastic. Get yourself one. 2853 Milwaukee 1/4-inch hex impacts. That's my tool review Tuesday. That's all I've got for you guys. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. I appreciate it.